Let's go then to not 25, but 26 draft rankings. The goal you said is to make it through 16. And there's definitely some discussion to be had across some of these, especially with where you stood on some of them earlier in the year. How do you want to kick this off? Like any preamble, any preface you want to give to where you land on your current state of the 2026 draft rankings?
No, I mean, I think Mateo's got a graphic up, or has a graphic for the first 8. I don't know if he has one for the second or 8 through 16, but we can kind of just go. I'll probably like 4 at a time here. I'm not gonna like talk about each and every single one for 5 minutes, but obviously a couple notables.
But you will.
Yeah, we'll see. But all right. Just get right into it here. So top 8 here. Number 1, Gavin McKenna. Number 2, Ivar Stenberg. Number 3, Keaton Verhoff. Number 4, Tynan Lawrence. So the McKenna watch is on now. Like, I think at the beginning of the year, everyone pretty much would say like a whole lot has to go wrong for Gavin McKenna to not get selected first overall. I'm still not wavering on that. That being said, there's going to be conversations to be had. If we get through World Juniors and it just hasn't like improved dramatically, then the heat's going to start coming big.
But there's my question though. Does he have to go nuts at World Juniors, or is it more okay? Just get through World Juniors, and then what we see from him late January, early February is kind of going to be what drives scouting decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he goes nuts at World Juniors, which I think he just like, I mean, I think he's going to, but that would be, it would like the conversation be like, all right, now we're seeing what it looks like against like his peers, like that feels about right again. If it's just like, if he's bad, that's
not bad. What if he's just good, not great?
Then like people want to have the conversation about like, is there anyone that's going to take him over first overall? I just look at it in general where it's like, you look at the players that are like going to be challenging, quote unquote, for like first overall right now, and it's just like when you just look at like the track record of McKenna, just the upside that you know is there, what he's done, and I mean just like how ridiculously skilled he is. I mean, it's funny too. Like we're expecting him like more domination playing college hockey this year. He's still over a point per game. And it's just, again, like this year, it's just been weird. Just like, it's just like the engagement hasn't been there night in, night out. Like he's on the periphery a lot. Every once in a while, he'll get into it, but like he just hasn't had the game where it takes over.
It's the give a fuck meter is so low.
That's what I mean.
He loses the puck and he just does not care. He's done.
Right.
Straight legged. Like, you see him lose a puck to someone, he's not going to fight for it because he knows how hard it is to get the puck back, because people in college hockey are actually going to fight for it, unlike CHL. I don't know. It's watching it in person this past weekend. I understand why people are wavering. I'm not saying like I've anyone that asked me in the press box, I'm like, let's wait until like after World Juniors before we're going to make any kind of like declarative statements, but I get why people are worried. Like it looks weird. It's not a matter of being snake bitten and he just can't score, or like things are bouncing wrong for him. Like he does not care.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like with the engagement stuff, where it's just like not really physically engaged in the battles, not like turning pucks over, like again on the periphery, and like again, you still see the flashes. Like, I mean, I think he ended up registering a point in all 3 goals for Penn State this weekend, but it's like one of those things where it's like I didn't even realize that. Like if you told me that like he registered 0, I'm like, oh yeah, oh no, there was points on every goal that he scored this weekend against Minnesota. But like it's not him just like picking the puck up, dancing through everyone, like throwing passes backdoor, like what we are just used to seeing him pretty much do every single time he touched the puck in junior hockey in the dub. Again, when you just look at like the raw upside, the talent, the track record, and just like how good we do know that he is, it's even if he finishes this college season and it's just like not the craziest year of all time, when you look at the guys like below him, it's really gonna have to take a whole lot for him to get taken it over for like the first overall pick, I think. But I mean, there are some guys right behind him that are playing unbelievably well, but just like if you pass up on a Gavin McKenna first overall, like that's got like I think that is just right now, even with what this year's looked like, it's still crazy to me.
But if I won't even say he looks as bad, but if you don't see like notable improvement going into the back half of the college season, you're telling me that you still would feel that way?
Oh no, I'll be closer to being like especially if someone like specifically Veerhoff, which again we'll talk about him in a minute, but
yeah.
You look at like the 6'4", really mobile right shot defenseman who like has every attribute of a future number one defenseman in the NHL. Like if you have them neck and neck and you're looking at a defenseman versus a winger who's got a whole lot of off puck issues, like just again, he hasn't shown you much of anything that you're looking for in college hockey. Like there are gonna be plenty of fucking GMs that are like 6'4" right shot defenseman. Like, yeah, we like that. So it could be. I could get close to it. It's just again, I just don't see it. It hasn't. I'm not wavering yet. That's what I'm saying.
No,
but
yeah,
again, it's just like it's been disappointing. Yeah, it's just he has to get more involved. He has to engage more. Like he just has to.
Talk Swedish to me then, because I know like if someone's gonna push yep, there we go. Stenberg is the guy that's most likely to nudge him at this point. Is he not?
Yeah, probably. I just again,
if he comes in and he torches World Juniors and Gavin McKenna is just good, how do you feel coming out of that tournament?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be a conversation. I'm still like just leaning McKenna with like the Rob side, but Stenberg plays both wings for Frölunda in the SHL, playing top line. And I mean, just under a point per game now, 20 points in 21 games, which puts him as far as like draft eligible players playing in Sweden in the SHL. He's in the conversation with the Sedins, Forsberg, I think maybe not Pettersson. But right now he is on track to put up one of, if not the most productive draft eligible seasons in the SHL, which I mean, what he's doing is legitimately ridiculous. Like he put up a 4-point game the other day. He's obviously all over the power play. He can shoot. He can make so many plays. Play down low. Like he's not the biggest kid in the world. I think he's
the same size as McKenna.
He's 6 foot even. No, I know. But I'm saying he's in the middle of the ice, like net front, engaging, turning pucks over the forecheck. Like the complete opposite. When you talk about like engagement, like Stenberg is in the shit. And I mean, what he did last year as a draft -1 in the playoffs, where it was half a point per game, like. He is just having a remarkable draft year. Very impressive. And again, like a lot of times when you see players coming in who might get drafted anywhere from like whatever 12 to 20, but like one of the better players coming out of Sweden and playing SHL minutes, they're usually finishing the season with like 2 points. They're playing like maybe a couple minutes a game. Like he's playing like 18, 19, 20 minutes. Like he is one of the better forwards just like in the league right now in general. So yeah, he's going to be making that push for first overall. I still think when you just look at the Rob side, he's not going to be able to get to like the McKenna level, but like what he's doing right now, the production and the fact that he's just like a dog, obviously going to bode well for him. And right now, firmly too. And then we go over to Keaton Veerhoff, 6'4" right shot defenseman playing at North Dakota right now. 8 points in 12 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, +4. He is playing almost 20 minutes a night. Very impressive. He's got pretty much every attribute you're looking for in a future top pair defenseman, if not a number one, like true number one D-man. Like defends incredibly well. Like unforecheckable. He is physical, uses his size well, and then offensively, really good in transition, getting the puck up ice, and then in his own or in the offensive zone. There's not a ton of like dynamic raw skill or whatever, like playmaking, but moves the puck really well, can be pretty creative, creating passing lanes, and he's just got an absolute fucking howitzer of a shot from the point, so he can score from distance. But again, he pretty much has every trait that you're looking for in a number one D-man. It's just he's going to put it all together, make better reads or whatever, more consistent reads anyways. But very impressive. I think North Dakota is like, as far as utilization or whatever, like the minutes they're giving him, and like they're not just throwing him out there for 28 minutes a game, which was what he was doing in the WHL as a draft -1. We scored 20 goals. It was just like pretty much the best player on the ice every time he jumped over the boards. I think they're like giving him legit looks while also like not necessarily asking him to like go shut down every team's top guy. Like I think they're just like using him really like smartly or intelligently. I don't know. It sounds wrong, but that's what it is.
If he finishes the season tied with McKenna for goals, both of them are tied with 4 goals right now in the season, which is just so funny to me.
Yeah. So again, it's
way
just
less
weird.
games too. Way less games.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird thing where it's like obviously my orders right now is McKenna, Stenberg, Veerhoff. But if you told me McKenna's not going 1, I firmly would believe that Veerhoff would go, not Stenberg. Again, you're looking at like the right shot D-man again, a potential future number 1. It's like the value at that position. And again, the fact that he already has shown all of these traits, really smart, like physically developed, obviously, and getting stronger. Some of the hits he throws out too are just very fun. And on that North Dakota team, like they are fun to watch right now too. I felt bad. It's always weird when like college teams like play their exhibition games against the NTDP, and like there's like brawls. And like, what are we doing? What is happening right now? Like, why are we doing this? It was like they scored to make it like 5-0, and like the kid that scored like looked back confused because there was a fight going on like, after like a goal. I was like, oh my god, they're beating up the children. Why are they doing this?
Unless Brady Cleveland's there.
No, yeah, well.
Oh,
let him sleep.
All right. Not much to talk about for this season, but number 4, Tynan Lawrence is a guy that's been talked about a ton. Like, can you even properly evaluate him at this point?
I mean, that's obviously stuff. He starts the year injured. He's only played 2 games so far, got 1-1, but by far and away in a draft that is absolutely devoid of top end centers, he's easily he's by far away the best center in this draft. Elite skater. He is just also another guy just with a nonstop motor, unbelievable two-way ability, kill penalties, like wins pucks back, like Muskegon turns a puck over, he's usually the first one back, breaking up plays, really good two-way play. And like he does have some legit skill. It's weird. He's not like the most dynamic playmaker, but he drives play. Like he drives the offense just through his skating ability, through the neutral zone, setting up chances in the offensive zone. Like he shows flashes of like some legit manipulation, like creating passing and shooting lanes for teammates, but he's not necessarily like the most raw, hard skill or whatever, but he just drives play by his movement, how smart he is, and just the motor is insane. So he's one of my draft sons. I'm already proclaiming that now. And it's interesting when you like, I remember, I think it was Cam Robinson did like a preseason poll of all the like of different scouts around the league. They have Lawrence as high as 2. So he potentially could end up going as high as 2 in this draft. Just given the fact that he is a center that drives play, elite tools, especially the skating, one of the better skaters in the draft class in general. So hopefully he can get healthy again and just start playing more. But one of the better forwards in the USHL last year as a draft -1 ended up, obviously Muskegon wins the Clark Cup, and he was like the MVP in the playoffs. So he's legit, super smart, very fun player to watch. So hopefully again he can get healthy.
Obscure exercise that I'm kind of wheeling off the cuff, so bear with me here. But let's say I've got $1 million in a duffel bag for you. For each player past 1 that you list, you give up $100,000. But if one of the guys you pick gets taken first overall, you get whatever money's left there. How many guys do you realistically think will be in contention for that first overall pick at the end of the year? So, like, example, if you thought that McKenna and Veerhoff were the only ones that had a chance, you'd get $900,000 if one of them gets picked. But if anyone else does, you get nothing. Like, how far do you extend that to make sure you get paid? Or do you legitimately think it's just McKenna and that's it?
Well, Veerhoff, that there's a chance, so.
But is that it? Does it go any further? Like, do you think that Lawrence could vie for it? Do you think Stenberg could vie for it? Do you think there's other people that, like, dude, think about this time last year. Would anyone have picked Schaefer first overall at this point last year?
Right.
So I'm
I'd probably
asking,
go
how
right
many
now.
guys are
Right
there
now,
that
I'd go as far as
profile
Stenberg.
to potentially get there?
I'd go as far as like Stenberg.
So McKenna, Stenberg, Verhoff, that's as far as you would go for people
Right
that
now.
can go first overall?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You're gonna see NHL teams like throwing Ethan Belchez around, who we'll talk about next. But
Belch, big boy,
the Belch man. But yeah, right. I mean, like right now, it's just like it's kind of the way it is at the top of this draft class.
All right.
Who knows? Things could change.
Well, let's talk about the big boy then.
All right, just real quick. Next 4: Ethan Belchez, Windsor Spitfires; Ryan Lynn, right shot D man for the Vancouver Giants; Xavier Villeneuve, I think it is actually. For goddamn it, the Blainville fucking whatever Armada, the QMJHL.
Armada.
And then number 8, Mathis Preston, forward for the Spokane Chiefs in the dub. Belchez is just going to get a whole lot of love from every single scout. Like, he is one of the guys that, like, he's a 6'5", I think, 6'4", 6'5", just under 230 pounds. He's mean, he's physical, he knows how to use that size, but he's got some like legit high-end skill, legit like the hands, some of the plays he makes, you can stick it on the phone booth, but the foot speed is just gonna be a problem. It looked a little bit better at like the Holinka, which I thought he was like really good. And I mean, it's been hit and miss this year. He's scoring plenty of goals. Obviously, it was a very slow start. I think now he's up to like 16. That's what I wrote down. Yeah, 16 and 23. But again, you just like look at like the raw power forward. If he could just add the speed, that's when he's going to be tough. Like that's when scouts will be like, okay, maybe he challenges for first overall. But the skating and then just like the two-way ability probably is like another thing that's going to have to like he's like a menace against like it is in the offensive zone. He's an absolute menace. Like you're just not taking a puck from him, obviously. But the foot speed and skating in general is just going to be like the biggest thing that holds him back from going as high as like 1, 2, 3. That being said, he's got legit upside. He can score goals, can make plays. And again, he's got really, really sick hands, really legit skill. So I think right now, just given like the profile, the foundation that you have, like such a high floor player, that shows flashes of like that top end skill. So flashes that upside, like I think right now for me, I'm comfortable taking them 5, just given like the physical profile. And again, like got drafted first overall in the OHL for a reason. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, sorry. Ryan Lynn. I don't remember if I think he's right around 6 foot, 5'11" maybe. But right shot defenseman in the WHL, probably the premier like defensive defenseman in this draft class. Like really, really advanced reads, really good with his stick, top end skating, breaks up tons of plays. And this year, the big thing was like if he can like get the offense to match the defense just like a little bit more, then like he's got a chance to go as high as like potentially 4 or 5. We just look at how smart he is. Again, like just his advanced defensive game in general and awareness, all that stuff. He's got a chance to go very, very high. And this year he's obviously tacking on the points. Vancouver's in a tough spot right now. But now he is up to, what did I put down there? 28 points, 24 games. It's already like he's on pace for a major jump up from last year. But I mean, he can play 25 minutes already. He's going up against every team's top guy. Looked pretty good, or actually looked really good at the Holinka. And again, he's got this like the skating, he's got skill, he can shoot. But if he can continue on this path like offensively, then he's got a chance to like go as high as probably 4 or 5.
Fair. And then next guy is pretty much the opposite, right?
Xavier Villeneuve, is that what I said? Fascinating player. I don't know what NHL teams are going to think about him, but 5'11", he's listed at 157 pounds. Just the raw skill on this kid is insane. Like, I did put them back to back on purpose, him and Lynn. The hands, the skating, and just like the offensive ability, like the manipulation from the blue line. He plays like a forward, elite puck mover. He started off the year, I think he was averaging like 3 or 4 points per game. it was like ridiculous. And I mean, they are probably the best team in the queue by a wide margin. So the big thing is just like, can you get the defensive game to be like NHL average? And then you've got a legit player with insane upside. So I'm putting him in my top 8 right now. I don't, but to look at some of the other players like after him, like he just has the upside that a lot of them don't. So again, he's got 27 points right now, 23 games. Again, that's like him cooling off significantly, but really exciting player, legit game-breaking ability from the back end, puck moving. And I think the defense can get there. It's just like in the QMJHL and on that team specifically, like he doesn't have to. So it'll be an interesting thing to watch, just like for the development right now, like on that team in that situation. But one of, as far as like the offensive defenseman go, he's right at the top of the class. And then last one in the top 8 here, Matisse Preston. Really disappointing start to the year, but like when you just look at the player and the track record again, it's like just an undersized forward, can play center, more likely profiles ends up as like a winger. Again, slow start for Spokane, just like the 17 points in 21 games. But he is just so fun to watch. I think he's incredibly smart. He's got a really solid two-way game, but he does flash the high-end skill, obviously. Reads the game really well. And I mean, when Spokane was just putting up 1 million points per game last year, 1 million goals per game, like I think he was right around just under a point per game, I think. And then he was same thing in the playoffs. But he does have that like just game-breaking ability. This year it's just been a little bit inconsistent. Spokane, just like kind of the way it is for them this year. They lost a bunch of guys, obviously. But yeah, it's been a mixed bag. There are some games where he just like takes over this year. Then there have been other games where you like haven't noticed him. But solid two-way play, legit skill, can fucking rip a puck. Great shot, very fun player. But again, it's just been inconsistent, somewhat disappointing this year. But probably more has to do with the fact that it's just like that's kind of like Spokane right now. But really like him a lot. Hopefully, he can continue to like get his footing back, and I think he'll probably climb my rankings probably again. But coming into the year, he's probably closer to the 4, 5, 6. There's some just actually I'm gonna pull up this page right now where like other people have him ranked. Yeah, he's anywhere from like 4 to 12. And like Craig Button's got him at 25.
Sounds about right.
Moving on. Number 9. You have to pull up my list now. Oh no, you did. Right shot defenseman Chase Reed in the Sioux Greyhounds of the OHL, 6'2", 190 pounds, putting up some legit offense this year. One of Craig Button's favorite in this draft class, just because I brought him up. But really, really, really solid two-way defenseman. And again, this year he's starting to chip in even more offense. I just love the two-way ability, the mobility. He kind of just gives you a little bit of everything. And this year, again, he's like showcasing some of that like top end skill. So I think he is probably right now at this point a sure thing top 10 guy.
When he lands in Pittsburgh, should I be excited?
Oh yeah, you should love it.
Okay. That's how it's going to go. Pittsburgh has done too well. They're going to be picking somewhere in the 8 to 10 range, and Sioux Greyhound, he's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, there was one of the games recently. I think they're playing Kitchener. Maybe I think he scored 2 goals, added an assist. But I mean, he was by far and away the best player on the ice, noticeable in all 3 zones. Again, like shutting down the opposition and just adding offense. His ability to move the puck, whether it's like with a first pass or just like skating up himself, reads play really well. So super smart, legit skill, and again, like he uses his size well. It can give you like he's a plus defensive defenseman as well. So big fan of Chase Reed. Wouldn't be surprised to see him even climb a few spots here. But this is the draft of the defenseman, realistically. So
yeah. Well, starting here, if we're actually going through 16, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of my favorite all-name team participants that fall between 10 and 16. Starting with probably my number 1 or 2 here at number 10, Ryan Rubrick, spelled Roobroeck. What a great freaking name.
Yeah. He's going to be an interesting one. So 6'4", 260-pound center / wing.
Is he a center or a wing?
I mean, I'd probably say he could. I don't know. Given the size and just like his ability to shoot, I'll put him at center. Fuck it. But has two-way ability, but legit sniper, super heavy shooter. Just an absolute bomb of a shot. Physical, mean, hits everything that moves. Legit upside. And so, when he flashes like more than just a shot, but like some of the playmaking ability, it's just been again another player in the top of this draft class so far this year. It's been a little bit inconsistent, just 22 points in 22 games. But there have been again, like he has occasional games where he's like, oh shit, this is the best player in the O. So yeah, he has those flashes. I mean, again, coming into the year, I probably would have put him closer to 5 or 6. Not that 10's like a huge drop off, but he has that pedigree. Like he's legit as far as like when he's on his game. It's just been inconsistent this year. So I just want to see a little bit more. And again, like the engagements coming on for him this year, but his whole calling card is when he's on, he's feeling it and he's fully engaged. He's flying around the ice, hitting everything that moves, turning pucks over, scoring goals. Like he's just like one of those players.
Love that. At first, I thought this is going to be a great name because I accidentally inserted an S in the last name. So I thought it was Carson Carcels, which would have just sounded so much cooler.
Carson Carrolls, left shot defenseman, and Prince George Cougars in the dub. 6'2", just under 200 pounds. Another one that's going to end up being one of my draft sons for sure. What he did last year as a draft -1 in Prince George was legit. Like when I went back, I looked through Instat the other day, just like his underlying numbers, playing top pair minutes as a young draft -1. Same birthday as me, by the way. So obviously that's another. But he was going up against every other team's top line, top composition, and top competition, and pretty much night in, night out, winning his matchups, winning his minutes. Wasn't used a whole lot offensively, but still ended up with, I think, like 30, 40 points in 60 games, and was just an absolute menace in the playoffs. I think they handful of games, but he can do everything again. And this year, he's obviously being used top power play, so he's up to over a point per game now. This is another guy I would imagine ends up higher on my list than where I have 11. But again, what he did as a draft -1 was like borderline unheard of, just going up against every other team's top player, top line, more often than not shutting them down. Plus, he can move the puck really well. He's really good at evading forechecks. He can skate the puck up. He can first pass solid, but really smart player, really good two-way game. And again, this year he's just doing more of the same. So big fan of Carson Carrolls. I would expect him to probably maybe even go up a few spots next time we do this.
All right.
And then for the rest, I'll just like touch on a few of these guys.
One of them you're going to talk about quite a bit.
Yeah. Number 12, Daxon Rudolph, 6'2", 200-pound right shot defenseman, Prince Albert in the WHL. So far, he's got 17 points, 21 games. Solid skater, good defender. It's been another inconsistent start for him this year. There have been some like questionable decision making. The reads haven't been as good this year. Kind of like hasn't really kept as strong a gap as we're used to seeing him, but. You just look at the physical profile, how good he skates, and like, I mean, again, it's just been inconsistent. There have been a few really good games, a few really bad ones, but tons of upside as far as just like a reliable two-way guy that can chip in plenty of points. He's got a really good shot as well. But yeah, no, it's just an inconsistent start for him, but still a big fan of the player. Also, sneaky, great name, I think. Anytime you got a Daxon, gonna be an all-name team guy for me. Next up, my boy, Vigo Bjork.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually shocked to see him this far down.
Allegedly 5'10", allegedly 172 pounds. If you told me he was 5'8", 140, I would say that's probably more realistic. Can play, well, I mean, like, obviously junior hockey, played a ton of center. played a lot of SHL minutes this year and put up a couple points here. Obviously, 6 points in 17 games as like an undersized player in the SHL is very impressive. Dynamic playmaking. He's got a decent shot. And again, for a guy his size, like legit two-way ability, I think he made his debut in the SHL last year and either scored first or second game. But really, really smart. He's going to have to like bulk up, obviously. Again, like I was shocked that he's listed at 172. That like blows my mind. But really, really fun player to watch. Again, like highlight real goals that he scored. Like his mixtape coming into this year is very fun. So a lot of upside. There's also just like the world where he doesn't get to the NHL, so there's a wide range of outcomes for him. But just in terms of raw ability, he's close to the top in this draft class. But size is going to come up, obviously, even though he's not afraid to take a physicality and being and like getting middle of ice at times in the SHL. And again, just the fact that he's already logging as many SHL minutes as he is very impressive. So very fun player, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Again, just a wide range of outcomes, obviously.
I was surprised that Pronman, who is the height authority, has him ranked higher than you. So that was weird to me.
Yeah, I have a nagging suspicion next time we do this, I'll put him at like 2.
Okay, there we go. The next guy is probably the most controversial to talk about. Not for ranking purposes, just for like where he sits in hockey right now.
I mean, what JP Hurlburt, a Ford Kamloops Blazers, 6'0", 183 pounds, leading the WHL in points with 44. Next closest guy to him is Jackson Jacobson, which I can't handle that because it's Jackson with an X. Not as cool as Jackson. But JP Hurlburt is like, I mean, just torching the WHL right now. He's got really good shot, dynamic playmaking, really physical. He plays bigger than his size. But some of the goals that he scored this year are just like, I mean, he's making guys look dumb. And again, he's got an absolute bomb of a one-timer. Reliable two-way game as well. Also, I think he wears number 2 as a center, which always throws me off. I don't know if that's a minus or a plus for me. I don't know yet. Can't tell how I feel about it, but it throws me off every time I see him, especially when he's like weaving around the offensive zone with the puck. I'm like, okay, that's JP. Never mind. I thought it was like a defenseman. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? But I mean, putting the Kamloops Blazers on his shoulders, him and Nathan Beam, very fun watching them just like rip shots and just dominate in their minutes. But he is like, I mean, he went from not like a unknown, but like not a guy on a lot of first round radar for people. Comes in for, I mean, like the NHL Center Scouting did their first watch list and he's got an A rating. And again, he just started hot in the WHL and is like not slowed down whatsoever, but some dynamic playmaking ability, game breaker, and just like super smart. And again, reliable two-way game as well. So at this point, even if he slows down the production, I would be shocked to see him go outside like 15.
Will he ever play for USA World Juniors?
I'm just going to say yes. Fuck it.
Even after he played for Team CHL?
We don't have to talk about that. He's fucking up. Like, he is just ridiculous, though. There's like watching. I went through again, like last week, I was like just watching all of his shifts on Instat. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know because I was trying to find my notes like coming into the draft year. I usually have like a couple guys that like aren't necessarily like first round radar guys, but there's some buzz. And I was like, it wasn't a ton. Like, he had a little bit, but it was like I think it was a late decision to go to the dub. I think, if I have that right. But God, what he's doing right now is just ripping apart the WHL. And it's very fun to watch. It's very noticeable every single time he jumps over the board. So tons of upside there. And again, just a really, really sound game overall. So he's awesome.
This next one is opposite of all name team. It actually like hurts me to think about it and say it. I don't like it.
He rules though.
I believe you. I don't support the name. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. You don't have to.
And I watch none of him because I will not watch Liga. That's just not on my bucket list.
now in my head, it's like very funny thinking about like what, like what's on your bucket list? Yeah, watch a Liga game before I die. I want to watch one. It's a very funny bucket list item. It's like you can just do that. Albert Smith is what a fucking player. Left shot defenseman playing for Uker in Liga, 6'3", 205 pounds. Put up 11 points in 21 games in Liga, which is like very impressive. I mean, listen, he's part of this is like you always take it with a grain of salt when a guy's at like 6 goals and 5 assists as a defenseman. But last few years he's gone like pretty much under the radar. And it's really like lately that he's really come onto the scene and gotten a whole lot of love. He's got a huge shot, and again with his size and skating ability, he's like super soft hands. I don't know, like he has like all the tools again, and you could ask for in like a top 4 defenseman. I think he's got a chance to be even like a good number 2 or 3. I think he can be guilty at times of like chasing the play a little bit, but overeager to like engage physically. So improving the reads, just chasing the play less probably would go a long way for his game overall. But I mean, he's a super young defenseman playing pro hockey in Liga. Like he's playing like 15 to 20 minutes a night. And again, like he's putting up a few points here. He is some of the passes he's pulling off. Excellent. Some stretch passes, and then even the offensive zone as well, just throwing dishes back door, creating passing lanes on the power play. Like he's just very fun. I think he's going to be in my all-name team, and he's going to end up being one of my sons, I think. I'm a big fan of Smith. He's probably going to go higher than 15 for me too, by the way.
The way I don't know why, because we talk about soft hands all the time, but the way you said it just took me right into semi-pro. Like, you got the softest hands in the world. Last guy to wrap it up, another Liga player heads my all-name team list currently. I have plenty of time to change my mind if I choose to. Juho Piparinen. What a fun name.
Yeah, I mean, he's first round all-name team.
And first round all-hockey team.
Oh, yeah. I think Craig Button has him as high as 4. I think he might have put him at 4. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Again, another guy that when I look at him, I'm like surprised that he's listed 6'1". He looks, I mean, I think it's probably because he's like over 200 pounds, but big right shot defenseman again, playing big minutes in Liga. Not like he's not going to be a guy that puts up a ton of points, obviously, but like just really sound defensive game. His straight line skating, he flies, like unbelievable speed. Like sometimes when he's just like retrieving pucks and then like rounding his own net to just like skate the puck up himself, it's just, I mean, he turns on the jets. But really good hands, solid passer. Again, he's not necessarily gonna like make a ton of plays. Like he's never gonna be a guy that's like putting up like 30, 40, 50 points in the NHL, but really reliable game, really smart player, defending incredibly well against some big boys in Liga. On Tapara, who's a very good team in that league. So he's playing tons of pro minutes, really mature game, really advanced to like defensive reads, keeps a good gap, like decision making as far as like when he goes to physically engage, close gaps. He's almost always making the right decisions. So I think there's some more offensive runway, but I mean, again, not a guy that like he profiles like an offensive defenseman, but there's a ton of aspects of this game to like. I think, projecting out long term, it's like a really solid, reliable second pair guy that can chip in the occasional offense. But again, you're leaning on him for like the skating ability, defensive game, breaking pucks out with ease, and just kind of like playing a simple but like effective game. So really big fan of Piparinen.